Hello guys, I'm back decorating another cake order. This was a 5-inch red velvet sponge with a mock Swiss meringue buttercream filled with a whipped white chocolate and hazelnut ganache filling. I know you know that sounds good, because it was, yes. And I do have a tutorial already posted. It's in my tutorials playlist if you want to check that out. But basically, I'm using the overhang of my icing to create a dam for the filling. I saw Every Last Crumb do this, and do you know what? Sometimes I use a piping bag, sometimes I do it this way. It depends how I'm feeling. But then for the crumb coat, I just mix together that leftover hazelnut ganache with my Swiss meringue buttercream, and I crumb coated the cake with it. So when I read this inquiry, right, I was literally kicking my feet, giggling and smiling. It was so sweet. She was basically saying that she's from London, but she's coming to visit Manchester and she cannot leave my city without trying one of my cakes. And she's a long-time fan, so if you're watching this, hey girl, I love you. But yeah, so there was no particular reason for the cake or theme. She just wanted to try one. So we decided to settle on a winter wonderland theme. Very whimsical, Christmassy winter vibes, which I'm here for. So technically this is my first Christmassy design, and she gave me full creative freedom, which I love, but at the same time it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I decided to go with this ombre. And guys, I have a good trick for you. You know, with ombre, yeah, you don't want to scrape off your icing like you would normally do, but you want to press it in to the cake, as you can see me doing. And because the ombre is already ombreing, this description makes no sense. What I'm trying to say is, don't wipe your scraper, but press in the leftover icing to fill it in your gaps, and you should be left with the perfect ombre. I hope that makes sense. But now I'm going in with my 103 ruffle tip just to do some ruffles along the side. Would I say this is a vintage cake? I don't know if this is vintage cake design, but I will say I was heavily inspired by Every Last Crumb once again. Listen, girl, you are so talented and your cakes are gorgeous. So I did get some inspiration from one of her wedding cakes she did. I'll put a picture right here. But as you can see, it's just loads of teeny piping. I used a number 14 piping tip, and it's not the exact same as hers because I could not figure out how she did those little swirly things. So I'm just doing my own little rendition. But yeah, just loads and loads of arches, and it reminds me of like a garland, you know, like a Christmassy decoration hanging situation. I then went in with my number 21 piping tip to do these little rosettes. It's kind of like a shell, but not really. Imagine a reverse shawl border, but without the reverse. So it is a shawl border. No, but you know what I mean. It looks different, I promise. I then added a bunch of glitter, and then I used a snowflake fondant cutter to create these snowflakes, duh. And before I placed them on the cake, I sprayed them with some pearl spray to make them extra shiny, and then a big fat snowflake on top. She didn't request any writing on this cake, so I thought the snowflake would just be a nice touch because I didn't want to leave the top plain. But here is this cake done, guys. I'm obsessed with this ombre and the garlands and the snowflakes. Like, I don't know, maybe I am a winter girl. No, I lied. I don't like winter, guys. I hate it, but I love this cake. I can say that for sure. Like, it's so sparkly and it just gives me Elsa vibes. You know what I mean? It's very much let it go, let it go. Yeah, I took you guys to church, but I had to do 2 different night modes because this cake was everything. The customer absolutely loved it. She said it tasted amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, cuties.